A Czech Republic Poland-Russia Art Museum Gallery Guide. Chapter 1. The Czech Republic Art Scene. Czech Republic Art Museums and Art Galleries. nm.cz, National Museum, Prague. ngprague.cz, National Gallery, Prague. sunsite.mff.cuny.cz/prague/culture/upm, Museum of Decorative Arts, Prague. sunsite.mff.cuny.cz/prague/culture/nm, National Museum, Prague. ecn.cz/private/osf/sCCA/eng/calendar/ng_e.htm, National Gallery in Prague, Center for Modern and Contemporary Art. ecn.cz/cul/adresa.htm, Galleries contacts and addresses. sunsite.mff.cuny.cz/prague/culture/number museums, Prague. caliber.bwk.tue.nl/lava/gallery/praha/t-museums.html, museums and galleries. Image. Brno. moravska-galerie.cz/n, Moravian Gallery. Liberec. ogl.cz/eng/menu.htm, Regional Art Gallery. Prague Art Websites. czechdaily.com, Prague Daily News. timeout.com/Prague, Prague Gallery, Museum, and Sites Guide. pis.cz, Prague Information Service Events, Theaters, Exhibitions, Centers, Music. sdmusic.cz, Prague Music News. Festival.cz, Prague Spring International Music Festival. praguepost.cz, Prague Post Online. Radio.cz, Radio Prague. Opera.cz, State Opera House, Prague. marys.cz/Prague_guide. inmodern.com, Art Master Gallery in the Historical Center of Prague. artresidenceprague.com, Art Residence Prague. fcca.cz, Center for Arts Prague. Gallery Rudolfinum.cz, Gallery Rudolfinum. marys.cz/Prague_guide/museums, museums in Prague. amoya.cz, Art Bank, Museum of Young Art, Amoya. ngprague.cz, National Gallery in Prague, Národní Gallery v Praze. muzeumprahy.cz, City of Prague Museum, Museum hlavního města Prahy. cmvu.cz, Czech Museum of Fine Arts. dox.cz, Docs Center of Art, Architecture, and Design. kafkamuseum.cz, Franz Kafka Museum. nm.cz/hlavni-strana/nav/tiv-ariel-u-prazesko-v istivist.html, Lapidarium Sculptures. upm.cz, Museum of Decorative Arts. knihovna.upm.cz, Museum of Decorative Arts, Prague Museum. Památník národního písemných tvi.cz, Museum of Czech Literature. museumkampa.cz, Museum Kampa. nm.cz, the National Museum, Národní Museum. olmuart.cz, the Olomouc Museum of Art. marys.cz/Prague_guide/galleries, galleries in Prague. mucha.cz, Mucha Museum. czechopera.cz, opera tickets online. Prague Art Museums. ngprague.cz, National Gallery. City Gallery Prague.cz, City Gallery. cmvu.cz/n, Czech Museum of Fine Arts. Gallery Rudolfinum.cz, Gallery Rudolfinum. jewishmuseum.cz, Jewish Museum in Prague. mucha.cz, Mucha Museum. museumkampa.com/n, Museum Kampa. Chapter 2. The Poland Art Scene. Poland Art Websites. torunoonline.com, Torun Online, a tourist web portal. Polska.travel, tourist information about Poland. staypoland.com/poland-attractions.hdm, top 10 Polish tourist attractions. pl-info.net/poland/tourism, Poland tourism information. polishworld.com/pw english/pwarts_1.html, Polish world. Poland.pl, Poland.pl arts and culture destinations in Poland. polartcenter.com, Polish art center. Poland.pl. artinfo.pl. alternativa.org.pl, Alternativa forums. museumsexg.pl, a gallery of Art Deco buildings in Poland. crackow.poland/art-nouveau-Krakow, Art Nouveau in Krakow. commons.wikimedia.org/wiki/category:/art_nouveau_architecture_in_Poland, Art Nouveau buildings in Poland. artizm.com, gallery of major Polish painters. theculturetrip.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/list_of_Polish_artists, Polish artists. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/list_of_Polish_painters, painters from Poland. artcyclopedia.com/nationalities/Polish.html, Polish artists. artizm.com, painters, a gallery of Polish masterpieces. raster.art.pl, Raster Gallery, Polish art and art news. abakano.wiczz.art.pl, Magdalena Abakanowa's website. artcyclopedia.com/artists/abakano_wicz_magdalena.html, Magdalena Abakanowa's. artcyclopedia.com/artists/lempicka_tamara_da.html, Tamara de Lempicka. raster.art.pl/galeria/rtci/sasnal/sasnal.htm, Sasnal, Wilhelm. pl.wikipedia.org, Stanislaw Wyspiański. csw.art.pl, Center for Art, Ujazdowski Castle. Exhibitions, workshops, music. Polish and international artists. info.gallery.art.pl, art galleries in Poland. art-forma.pl, Galeria Art Forma. labirient.com, Galeria Labirientul, Lublin. msl.org.pl, Lodz Museum of Art. michaelborowickcollection.com, The Michael Borowick Collection. panoramaart.pl, Panorama Art Gallery, Art and Antiques. poland.pl. msl.org.pl, Lodz Museum of Art. artmuseum.pl, Museum of Modern Art Warsaw. csw.art.pl, Centrum Sztuki Uspacheznych Zameku Jazdowski/Center for Art Ol. Jazdow 2, 00-001 Warsaw. mnw.art.pl, National Museum of Warsaw, Warsaw. castles.info/Poland, Royal Castles of Poland. castlesontheweb.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/cinema_of_Poland, Polish cinema. filmschool.lodz.pl/English, National Higher School of Film, Television, and Theatre. pizf.pl, Polish Film Institute. filmpolski.pl, Internet Polish Movie Database. fuw.edu.pl/filmy/filmy.html, Polish Cinema Database. fpsw.org, Foundation for Promoting Art/Fundakcja PSW Promokji Stoki Uzpo, Cheznich. noc-muzeow.pl, NOC Museo. wispa.art.pl, Wispa Institute of Art, the Wispa Progress Foundation. inspiracje.art.pl, INSPIRACJE Festival, the International Festival of Visual Art. PolishArtsFest.org, St. Stanislaus Polish Arts Festival. mck.krakow.pl, International Cultural Center, Krakow. krakow-info.com/gallery.htm, art galleries in Krakow/Krakow. krakow-info.com/bunker.htm, bunker of arts. krakowonline.com, Krakow Online. explore-krakow.com, Krakow Tourist Guide. krakow.life/culture/krakow-museums.php, museums in Krakow, Krakow. krakow-info.com/artpolak.htm, Krakow's Palace of Arts/Palakstuki in Krakow. museum.krakow.pl, the National Museum. en.mokak.pl, Mokok Museum of Art in Krakow. manga.pl, Manga Center, the Manga Japanese Center. ma.krakow.pl, the Museum of Archaeology. Czartoryski.org, Czartoryski Museum. museum.krakow.pl, the Joseph Mayhofer House. GaliciaJewishMuseum.org, Galicia Jewish Museum. etnomuseum.eu, the Ethnographic Museum, Polish Domestic Life and Polish Folk History. msl.org.pl/n, Museum of Modern Art, Museums Tuki W. Lodz. book.art.pl, the Book Art Museum. filmschool.lodz.pl, Lodz Film School. fabrikasztuki.org, the Art Factory, Fabrikas Tuki. zamek-lublin.pl, Lublin Museum, Lublin. museumsztuki.lodz.pl, Museums Tuki W. Lodzi, Lodz. museum.krakow.pl, National Museum in Krakow. mnp.art.pl, the National Museum in Poznan. mnwr.art.pl, National Museum in Rakow. palac-sztuki.krakow.pl, Palace of Art, Krakow. mnw.art.pl, Polish National Museum. castles.info/Poland/royal-castle-Warsaw, Royal Castle, Warsaw. bn.org.pl, National Library, Warsaw. Biblioteka Narodowa w Warszawie. Poland.pl, Poland.pl. The Polish Culture website. usc.edu/department/Polish_music, Polish Music Reference Center. artprogram.pl, Art Program. csw.art.pl, the Center for Art/Zameko Jazdowski. galeriaart.pl, Galeria Art and Art Gallery. zakata.art.pl, Zakata Gallery. mnw.art.pl, National Museum in Warsaw. oss.wrock.pl, the National Osolinsky Institute, Old Prince, Graphics. csw.art.pl, Jazdowski Castle and Center for Art. warsawdaily.blogspot.com, Warsaw Daily. e-warsaw.pl, Warsaw official website. 1944.pl, the Warsaw Uprising Museum, Muzeum Powstania Warszawskiego. warsawvoice.pl, Warsaw Voice. wilanow-palac.art.pl, Wilanau Museum Palace from the 17th century. theculturetrip.com. local-life.com/Wrocław/culture, Wrocław museumwsbalczny.pl/mww/?lang=n, Wrocław Art. wrocenter.pl/n, wro Art Center. asp.wrock.pl/?lang=n, Academy of Fine Arts in Wrocław. en.mnwr.art.pl, National Museum in Wrocław. zakata.art.pl, Zakata National Gallery of Art. ddg.art.pl, Zakta Gallery. pl.wikipedia.org, Wikipedia Polski. X.com, Polish culture. Poland art museums and art galleries. Gniezno. MPPP.pl, Museum of the Origins of the Polish State. Krakow. wawel.krakow.pl/n, Wawel Royal Castle. Lodz. muzeumsz2key.lodz.pl, Museums Tuki. Poznan. mnp.art.pl/index_.html, Poznan National Museum. Warsaw. csw.art.pl, Center for Contemporary Art. mnw.art.pl, National Museum in Warsaw. zamek-krolewski.pl, Royal Castle. zakata.art.pl, Zakata National Gallery of Art. Wrocław. muzeum.miejski.wrocław.pl, National Museum in Wrocław. Chapter 3. A Russia Art Guide. Russia Art Websites. State Russian Museum Art Library rml.org.ru. artguide.com. facebook.com/artguide.com Russian. vk.com/artguide.ru. x.com/artguide_ru. instagram.com/artguide_Russia. charmers2dio.com. artmanagement.ru. artofrussia.com, Art of Russia. artinfo.ru, From Russia with Art. bucknell.edu/Russian, Russian Art and Architecture. sova.ru/art, sov art, Gallery of Art from Russia. moscowtimes.ru, Moscow Times. russiajournal.com, Russia Journal Online News. sbtimes.ru, St. Petersburg Times. itar-tass.com, TASS. Russian News Agency. kandinsky-prize.ru/n, the Kandinsky Prize for Top Artists. kolodizart.org, Kola J Art Foundation Art. kozarukov.com, Valery Kosorokov. kreml.ru, Museums of the Moscow Kremlin. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Russian_language, language. The Russian language. ibibli.org/wm/paint/auth/Malevich, Casimir Malevich. mayakovsky.com, Mayakovsky. geographic-rafia.com/Russia/Rusa-RT01.htm, Architecture, Art and Culture. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Russian_architecture, Russian architecture. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/list_of_Russian_architects, list of Russian architects. arca.ru, Russian architectural magazine. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/constructivist_architecture, constructivist. e-architect.co.uk/Russian_architecture.htm, new buildings in Russia. podvorie-sofia.ru, the Russian Church, Sofia. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Saint_Basil s_Cathedral, Saint Basil's Cathedral, auctions. mcdougallauction.com, McDougall's Fine Art Auctions, London Russian Art. artcyclopedia.com/nationalities/Russian.html, artcyclopedia Russian Artists Index. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/list_of_famous_Russians, #artists, artists list of famous Russian artists. artrussia.ru, Art Russia. russaartnet.com, RusArtNet Encyclopedia of Russian Artists. auburn.edu/forlan/g/russian/art/index.php, Russian art. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/category:"Russian_art, Russian art and artists." artodessa.com, Art of Odessa. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Russian_avant-garde, the Russian avant-garde. Tretyakov-gallery.ru, the Tretyakov Gallery. russian-art.blogspot.com, Russian art, a blog from Lazare Gallery. blogcatalog.com/blogs/collecting-russian-art.html, collecting Russian art blog. russianart.wordpress.com. sovietposter.blogspot.com, a Soviet poster a day. arterritory.com, art territory, art and culture website in Latvian, Russian, and English. rusaartilikate.blogspot.com, Rus art, Russian figurative painting. readrussia.com, magazine. geographicrafia.com/Russia/Russias07.htm, constructivism and suprematism in Soviet Russia. moma.org. guggenheim.org/new-york/collection/collection-online/movements/195,209, constructivist works of art in the Guggenheim. arthistoryarchive.com/arthistory/constructivism, Russian constructivism. en.wikipedia.org, constructivism. erartagalleries.com/artists, errata galleries. tatiantishian.com, Gary Tatansian Gallery. gcch.com, Jisic Art Gallery. kasiakartprojects.com, Kasia K Art Projects Gallery. kreml.ru, Kremlin Museums. russianartgallery.com/index.php page =Moscow art, Moscow artists. moscowbiennale.ru, Moscow Biennale of Art. mmoma.ru, Moscow Museum of Modern Art. waiterssia.net/moscow/art.html, museums and galleries in Moscow. ruarts.ru, Ruarts Fine Art Gallery. tretyakov-gallery.ru, Tretyakov Gallery. guelman.ru, 20th Century Art in Russia. russianartgallery.org. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/list_of_20th-century_Russian_painters, list of 20th century Russian painters. artcyclopedia.com/nationalities/Russian.html. paintingofrussia.com, Art Volga Gallery. artinrussia.org/10-contemporary-Russian-artists, 10 artists. russianartgallery.com, Russian Art Gallery. russiandreams.info, Russian Dreams. russianpaintings.net, Russian Paintings. abcgallery.com/countryInd.html #Russia, Russian artists. tsukhanovart-collection.com, Tsukhanov Art Collection. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Russian_culture, culture. museum.ru, galleries and museums of Russia. witco-mbe.sbc.edu/arthlinks6.html #Russia, galleries and museums in Russia. mcdougalauction.com, McDougall Russian Art Auctions, London. waiterssia.net/moscow/art.html, Moscow galleries and museums. moscowkremlin.ru, Moscow Kremlin. museum.ru/mirror/vlmp/l_vlmpe.asp, museums and art galleries in Russia. timora.org, the Museum of Russian Art. arts-museum.ru, Pushkin State Museum of Fine Arts. hermitagemuseum.org, State Hermitage Museum. rusmuseum.ru, State Russian Museum. tretyakov-gallery.ru, the Tretyakov Gallery. guelman.ru/indexe.html, web gallery. timora.org, Museum of Russian Art, the Museum of Russian Art. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/category:museums_in_Russia, the moscowtimes.com/arts_n_ideas/calendar/exhibits.html, exhibits in Moscow. russianmuseums.info, Russian museums. tretyakov-gallery.ru, Tretyakov State Gallery. garageccc.com, Garage Museum of Art. arts-museum.ru, the Pushkin Museum of Fine Arts. Guelman.ru, Marag Wellman Gallery. Museum.ru, Museums and Galleries in Russia, in Russian. RussianMuseums.info. Photosearch.com/photos-images/Russian-art.html, photosearch stock photography. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Russian_postmodernism, postmodernism in Russia. Artcyclopedia.com/artists/rodcheyenko_Alexander.html. masters-of-photography.com/r/rodcheyenko/rodcheyenko.html. moma.org/collection/artist.php $artist_id=4975, Alexander Rodchenko. MoMA. abamedia.com/rao/index.html, Russian archives. rusmuseum.ru/eng, Russian museum, State Russian Museum. petersburgcity.com/art/paint, artists living in St. Petersburg. billboard.spb.ru, billboard events and places of interest in St. Petersburg. encsbb.ru, Encyclopedia of St. Petersburg. cityvision2000.com, St. Petersburg at your fingertips, old website still there. sbtimes.ru, the St. Petersburg Times Online. rusarchives.ru/state/cgakffdsbb, Central State Archives of Cinema. Photographic and phonographic documents. petersburgcity.com/art, galleries, artists, museums, and theaters in. kirov.com, the Kirov Ballet of St. Petersburg. mariinsky.ru/n, Mariinsky, Kirov, theater. petersburgcity.com/museums, museums in St. Petersburg. petersburgcity.com. saint-petersburg.com/museums, museums in St. Petersburg. stpetersburg.com. solartgallery.com, Seoul Art Gallery, one of the best collections of art from St. Petersburg. rusmuseum.ru, the State Russian Museum. hermitagemuseum.org, the State Hermitage Museum. petersburgcity.com/theaters, theaters of St. Petersburg. petersburgcity.com. saint-petersburg.com, travel, tourist guide. saint-petersburg.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/saint_Petersburg, St. Petersburg. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/peoples_artist_of_Russia, People's Artist of Russia. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/socialist_realism, socialist realism in art. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Russian_art, Russian art. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Russia. Russia art museums and art galleries. hermitagemuseum.org, the State Hermitage Museum. museum.ru, Museums of Russia. kunstkamera.ru/english/index.htm. Kunstkammer. museum.ru/gme, Pushkin Museum of Fine Arts. Chelyabinsk. gallery.urc.ac.ru/en/index.html, Chelyabinsk Region Picture Gallery. Irkutsk. museum.baikal.ru/homengl.htm, Irkutsk Regional Art Museum. Moscow. museum.ru/gme. Pushkin Museum of Fine Arts. kreml.ru, Moscow Kremlin. mmoma.ru, Moscow Museum of Modern Art. museum.ru/museum/outsider/default.htm, outsider art museum. tretyakov-gallery.ru, Tretyakov Gallery. Nizhny Novgorod. unn.runit.ru/nn/museum, Nizhny Novgorod Art Museum. Novosibirsk. nsartmuseum.ru, Novosibirsk State Art Museum. Sergeyev Posad. Musobl.devo.ru, Sergeyev Posad State History and Art Museum Reserve. St. Petersburg. HermitageMuseum.org. State Hermitage Museum. Rusmuseum.ru, State Russian Museum. Tsar.ru, Tsarskoye Selo State Museum. Tver. Gallery.tver.ru, Tver Art Gallery.